How you doing on this podcast day? Do you care about your self-care? And I want to say first, I gotta show more self-care for my self-care, because delegating is a part of self-care. And I say that because if you don't delegate, you'll be overwhelmed with the things that you're supposed to be doing, even with the things that you're supposed to be training of people. So you could be overwhelming yourself by not taking care of those duties. So delegate, delegate, delegate. And I'm saying that because for this podcast, for Self Care Check podcast, we have an episode about living in emotional truth. Now, living in your emotional truth means that I'm accepting the fact that I may feel a little disarrayed, a little disoriented, uncomfortable, upset, frustrated, very unliking. And understanding that it's okay to have those feelings is the first step of moving forward, growing. Because you need to do that. It's for you. If you stay there, I'm not gonna give you the alibi for what'll happen for you if you stay there. You'll witness it for yourself firsthand. As time go by and you dwell in that feeling, you dwell in those feelings too long, you'll be seeing things pass by, wondering why it's passing you by, instead of letting go and moving forward. So you have to live with that emotional truth that things are gonna hurt, and that only time for you will. How you handle it and how you talk about it shows how you're growing in that emotional truth. For everyone that's listening, before I start with the first question, I'm going to read you the empowering quote for this episode. It's for both men and women, but it generated this quote: the man who hides his pain may survive, but the man who speaks it lives it. I'm gonna say it again. The man who hides his pain may survive, but the man who speaks it lives it. Bringing us to our first question: who taught you how to be a man or woman, and what part of that lesson do you now know was a lie? Can I get some light? And I'll read the question again. This is for the audience and for viewers alike. I'm going to read the question again. Who taught you how to be a man or woman, and what part of that lesson do you now know was a lie? Yes. Hold on. They're having slight complications. It's on the other side. If you don't see it on that side, it's on the other side. Stop recording and then do it. So then you don't feel like you're rushing. There you go. All right, now, there we go. All right.
First and foremost, I'm gonna start by saying my mother. Um, Everything she taught me to do, I listened and I learned. Especially when it came down to cleaning her house. How she, if I didn't do it right, I had to do it again. And you mentioned something about...
You turn the AC on. It's off. Or you got it on off. Because it's off.
Fact. I just turned it on. Somebody did touch me.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I want to catch what you're saying without any interruptions.
First and foremost, I learned.
That's right, you definitely right, carry on.
I learned from my mother. She taught me everything that she knew of being a woman. Especially, I'm gonna say this, I know men's in here, but when I first turned into a woman, I was scared. But she talked to me about being that woman when I first got my monthly, right? And how to be clean with it. You understand what I'm saying? And I learned from it. And my mother was very clean person. She taught me how to clean a house. She taught me when I did it wrong, I had to do it again. Everything my mother taught, it wasn't wrong. If you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
It wasn't wrong. Because right to this day, I'm still that woman that she taught me to be.
And I'm proud of that. And I don't want to change the atmosphere, but I'm gonna read the question again because that I love your answer. But this question states, who taught you how to be the man or woman? Okay for you. Who taught you how to be the and what part of the lesson do you now know was a lie? Yeah. Okay, you can't really speak on that. Okay.
Because she never lied.
Okay.
What she was teaching me.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And even though my mother's deceased,
Yes.
I'm still learning
All right.
to what she taught me. Because it never ends. I'm 60 right now. 60. And I'm still holding on to what she taught me by being that woman.
Okay.
Because mom was right. Put it like that. Mom was right.
I can't say you're wrong. Is there anyone who can answer this question? You got somebody.
Being growing up in the hood, you know what I mean? Some of us grew up with fathers, some of us grew up without fathers. The way you grow up, a man's not supposed to show feelings or emotions. You know what I mean? You gotta be tough at all times. You know, and as I got older, I understand that if you don't show feelings and emotions, all it do is make you not heartless, but not emotionless, but it mess up your life.
Yeah.
Because it's things that you need to feel and get off your chest that you don't, because they always say don't cry, be tough. You know what I mean? Take it like a man. And those things that they tell you, you need to express yourself. You know what I mean? And it mess you up, you know what I mean, as you grow older, because when it comes down to dealing with a relationship, whether it's a man or a woman,
Can't connect.
can't connect. You know. So I know for a fact, for me, you know what I mean, I couldn't really show those emotions because of the type of environment that I was growing up in. Because if you grow up in the type of environments, you get it, they take advantage of you. Feel like you're weak. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put on a facade, you know what I mean, to survive. One of the main, and at the same time, it messed my life up because I did things that, you know what I mean, that got me in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? For not showing those feelings and emotion. You know what I mean? I wasted a lot of my life for not showing feelings and emotion. Maybe if I showed more feelings and emotion, I'd be more expressless. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad you brought that part of the aspect of the conversation up. As far as like, cause even some girls are told to be tough and suck it up. You know, depend. Maybe not the way that it's said to the boys. But I'm gonna speak on just the behalf of that part, hurting, and from the part for both sides, and the part of where as a young man, it hurted the most. Especially with the part of suck it up, don't cry, be a man. And the same people telling you to be this are the same people, no offense, are looking for a man and don't know what a man is. But you're telling me to suck it up and be something even you can't even identify for me to identify. So I'm confused in both areas because I'm either A, being raised by a single parent, and I'm having the duality of rectifying myself as a strong young man in an environment that's tearing me down, telling me to be strong, but I can't express what's wrong. That drove me crazy. I can tell certain people who aren't gonna judge me, but love me. Because to love me is to not judge me, but yet if I express, you judge me. Then I'm judging myself. Now I'm running wild. Or for some young men, not all, you don't want to go wild because you see what that gives you. You see, you know. So now because you don't want to be that, that's putting you in a category that you not even putting yourself willingly. You're consistently being placed somewhere and you can't voice yourself about that because you're weak. If you do. So when can I be strong? Before or after the world beats me up? When? When can I stand up? Before or after you give me my legs? You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, they are my legs. It is my mouth. It is my body. If I said you hurting me, what that mean? I shouldn't have to say it again. Male or female. Color at all. It don't matter. I shouldn't have to say you're hurting me or you're pissing on me at all. But I'm gonna go to our second question before I dwell too much on that, because that first question was it was a hard hit. It was heavy for me because of that literally, and Andre brought it out the most. That don't be don't 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 express yourself. Be tough. Suck it up. Suck it up. Be tough. All your life as a little boy, you're told to be tough in a world that tells you you're weak, tries and force you to be weak, visually, emotionally, psychologically, telepathically, on the TV, on your phone, through your family, your mother sometimes, your father sometimes, your brother, your sister, male or female. This all of these dynamics is coming at us, and yet we gotta be strong. And we can't say nothing about it sometimes. For those that have the option and chance to say something, God is with you. You're going to be that opener for somebody who needs to voice themselves. Keep that in mind. For our second question, what has pretending cost you in love, in friendship, and in peace? What has pretending cost you? I'll take that one on first. What has pretending cost me in love, friendship, and peace? Actually, it cost me that exact thing, peace. And you can have friends and have peace with your friends, have peace within love. But if you don't have peace with yourself while you're in all of that, you don't have none of that. You don't. No, so that's what pretending cost me. Anyone else?
I could identify with that as like growing up as being abandoned as a child, not feeling love. Like I always look for love in all the wrong places, and definitely the wrong places. You know, I'm loving you and losing me. You know what I'm saying? I can remember being in relationships and stuff, and you know, I'm like, no, you find out, you realize, you see the person cheating, but you don't want to be by yourself. I ain't want to be by myself, always looking like something wrong with me. Why am I comparing myself to other people? But today I know I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that, because I'm learning too in recovery. Like, we teach people how to treat us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We teach people how to treat us, and I'm just learning. Sometimes you just gotta say, look, no. You ain't treat me like that. Sorry, wrong answer, honey. I'm not doing it. You know, but sometimes you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable doing it or whatever, or I just walk away just so I won't even, you know, get an enemy no power. But again, it's just, I'm learning that we teach people how to treat us, and I'm just, you know, sometimes it's really overwhelming, but no matter what, I know today I am somebody, and I don't have to settle for less. I don't have to settle for less. That's the bottom line. You know.
Is there another? Anyone else? Speaking about that cost, that phoniness you played on yourself. It's all right. Okay. Go on. Question number 3. What does it really look like to be emotionally honest? Even when it makes you look weak, soft, or different. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, for every man, that moment is when we're confessing our emotions to a female. For me, I would say that's what it. For me, yeah. For me, it's literally opening up that door that I'm giving you my trust. I'm giving you a part of me I don't give to nobody but God. Nobody but myself get to see this person. Some people may get to see an inkling of that person, but nobody gets to see the fullness. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me to give that to someone and then know that somewhere down the line you're going to say, hey, I want to get off on this exit right here. What? Yeah, so for me, that's what looking emotionally honest looks like for me. When I express those feelings and say those words, that's as honest as I can get with my emotions. Anyone else?
What you just said, when you give your emotions to a person or you speak your feelings, it sometimes people use it against you.
Yeah, how about that?
You know what I'm saying? And that right there, like, it makes a person hard to express themselves because you don't want what you told that person be thrown back up your face. You know what I mean? Because I've been in many relationships where I opened up and said some things, and as soon as you get mad, you know what I mean? Well, you this, you that, you this. You know what I mean? So it makes it hard for you to really express yourself to anybody because you feel like if I do express my emotions, it's going to get thrown back at me. And you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? That's a hurt feeling. Like, I told you this, you know what I mean, out of confidence of you know what I mean, confiding in me. For you to just sit back and throw that back in my face because you're mad at me over something stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just put it like this. I had 3 men in my life, 2 deceased and 1 still living. But see, I was always high with these 3 men. So I really don't know how it feels to be not high. I mean, to be in a relationship without being high. So I'm in my learning process now, and so far it's doing well because I could become controlling, I'm realizing, and when it ain't right, I don't keep my mouth shut about it. So I know now, since I'm clean, I see the difference. You know what I'm saying? So I decided that I gotta fall back right now because I gotta get to know who I am.
And that's strength right there. That's honesty.
I got to. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was high with the 3 men that I had in my life right now. And I was clean. So it's make the difference with me being in a relationship. So I got to know who I am first before I decide to let that person in my life. And that's all.
I said thank you, because most people need most men and women need to hear that. Like, it's never too late to start over. It never, like we said it last week with change. The episode with change. It's never too late. You got more than enough time to get yourself right with you if you want to get yourself right. That's all you gotta do is just step up. You know what? I want to get right. Let me get up and do it. Just get up and do. You want to express something's not right, somebody's treating you wrong, and you feel like talking to them about it ain't gonna change anything. All right, then don't talk to them about it, but do something about it. Get up and leave. Oh, where you going? You think you too good to leave me? Remember them your words. You remember you saying I think, but you don't know what I think. You don't know the way I think. You just assuming. You know what I'm saying? Because assumptions make you look like a. So keep your assumptions to yourself, because God got me, baby. Because I'm meant to go anywhere I choose. And nothing and no one can hold me back. Not even myself. If I said I want to move, that mountain and me are going to move. Because God already said, if you believe, you shall receive. Because do you care about yourself, kid? Yeah.